What's going on YouTube? Manny here, dropping another video for you guys. This video I'm going to be calling the simplest fading technique ever. This is a very simple, easy to understand technique. Um, all it is just working your guards in sequence. Just using them in order as you work up the fade. It doesn't get any easier than this, honestly. I would definitely suggest this for somebody just starting out, a newcomer, somebody just getting into the barbering game. Honestly, I would suggest it for anybody, whether you've been cutting hair for 20 years or, you know, 2 months. It's a very easy technique to use. It keeps things in order and organized, so you don't kind of jump around from guard to guard, and it keeps things very basic, but it's very effective. So right now I'm just using my detailer to make my initial guideline. Another big thing is definitely make sure you clean the area that you're going to be working on. It makes it easier for you to see what's going on, and it gives you just a little bit more clear vision to work in that space. Now I'm using my shaver to bald the scalp down right there, and then you're gonna see coming up here how the sequence works. And so what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be using my designer now in the fully open position to make this guideline here, and then I'm gonna come back underneath that to get that line out that you see right there, that faint line, with my clipper in the closed position, gradually opening as I work my way up. Alright, so now once I work that line in pretty well, I'm going to go back with my detailer, just cleaning up that initial line that I put in. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my 1/16 or my half guard to make my next guideline. Now I'm in the fully open position, and I've explained that in my other videos what the open position is and the closed position. So you can definitely refer to some of my other videos to figure out what those are. But I am fully open now, and I want to make my guideline maybe about a half an inch. That way it just kind of gives me a little space to go ahead and blend. Right now I'm closed and I'm working that line out that you can see. And all I'm going to do is the same thing that I did with my initial guideline. I'm going to go ahead and open gradually until I make it up to that next guideline there. Now I've got my number 1 guard in the fully open position, and I'm going to repeat the same steps that I did with the other 2 guidelines. I'm going to go ahead and make this guideline here about a half inch higher than where the last one was, and then I'm going to come back with the clipper in the closed position with the 1 guard still on there, and I'm going to go ahead and try to work that line in. And you'll see, I think once I'm done here, I might go back with my half guard and do a little bit of touch-up work. I like to do my touch-up work as I'm fading. I'll come back at the end of the cut and do some more touch-ups and stuff, but I think it just kind of, for me, it just makes things a little bit easier, kind of knowing what areas I use certain guards at, and kind of knowing what I can use where to make sure that I can get a clean blend out of it. So that's kind of what I do with that there. Now I've got the wall 1.5 guard, and for anybody that's using wall guards, if you don't have the half guard and the 1.5 guard, I definitely suggest picking that up. Your local supply store should have it. If not, You can order them on Amazon or anything like that, but they definitely do help out when it comes to blending. It makes it just that much easier for you to work lines out, having those guards. So now I am using my number 2 guard in the fully open position, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna just repeat the same steps. I'm gonna go ahead and close it up and work that out. And then I think I'm gonna follow it back up with my 1.5 guard just to do a little bit of touch up work. There we go. I got the 1.5 guard on. I'm just gonna be touching things up here. But literally, that's all it is. It's working in sequence. So I started with my detailer to make my bald guideline, and then I used my half guard. After fading that line in, I used my 1 guard, faded that in, my 1.5 guard, faded that line in, and then I used my 2 guard. So the 2 guard is the last guard that I used. And I mean, you can see it's already pretty clean. The blend's pretty much in there, but I might have to go back and touch a few spots up and make sure I get things completely cleaned up there. But I mean, you can see how the technique works, and it's very, very simple. Like I said, it's not confusing at all. You know exactly what order to work in, so I mean, this is definitely effective, and it's not confusing, especially for those the newcomers. Like I said, people that are just starting out. This is a very good way to fade, and it's very effective. So I definitely suggest giving it a shot. Try it out and see what works for you. You can add your own little twist or flair to it. What I mean? If there's something that you think might be a little easier, go ahead and give it a shot. But definitely suggest giving this a try. If there's any questions you guys have on this technique, or any other questions that you have in regards to cutting hair period, definitely drop some comments. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? Interact, man. I definitely want to hear some feedback from you guys, and I definitely appreciate the feedback, and and love you guys show. So definitely stay with it, and I'll be back.